Hello?
Yeah, where you at?
You come back up, you go past the landing and go like you're, is that you right there?
Yo, what are you doing out in there?
I was talking on the phone, I should have stopped back there.
No kidding, you should. The land's still for sale.
No, he got it. He bought it, dude.
Are you sure it's this piece?
Yes. That's probably good.
Marshall, what's it like to have a friend that has a YouTube channel?
It sucks.
Alright, let's check. Hold on.
Go! Well, everybody, welcome back to the good old Southern IA. We got a couple of quick announcements here that we're going to take care of before we dive into the video. First of all, if you guys are new to the channel, this channel focuses around things that I do as a 28-year-old farmer on a family farm and day-to-day operations. Currently, the project that I've been working pretty heavily on is getting this tool skid done, and it is done. But before we talk about that, there's two things that have happened that I kind of want to talk about. As you guys can maybe tell by the title of this video, the other night we had a truck and trailer get stolen from behind my shop here. The truck was a 2002, it was my dad's Silverado. It's a very, very clean truck, and it was pulling a MacLander trailer that we owned together. It had no hay on it, but I have a picture and of the two together, and I'll throw over some video right now of what that thing looks like. I have shared it to my Facebook page, which is in the link in the description, and if you guys are in Iowa, if you would share that for us to see if we can get this truck recovered. It's a very standout truck. You're not going to find a cleaner 02 Chevy that's gold and a chrome grill guard, especially pulling around a gooseneck trailer on a 1500. So it's kind of a standout thing. If you guys can help us find that, that'd be great. And to the person that stole it, I hope what's ever going on in your life that you feel the need to steal, you can get that sorted out and get back to going down the right track in life. But while you're working on that right now, I kind of secretly hope you're out of toilet paper. And I'm not going to go into a big rant about thieving and things like that. It doesn't happen a whole lot around here, but it did happen. You know, when people take things like this, they're not just like taking a TV, which there's nothing good about like taking a TV, or someone can't, you know, watch TV. But if you take things that people use as a tool of their trade, you're literally taking away their ability to make money and feed families and things like that. It's a really hardship for people when things like this happen. But anyways, as Bandit wags his tail back here, you think something's happening. I have to make a video kind of introducing this channel to you guys, which will explain who I am. If there's anything that you guys would like to know specifically, put it in the comment section for me below, please. This is my water. You want some of this? Drooling. Anyways, the opening clip was my buddy. He got stuck in the mud. I will show you guys the rest of that clip after this whole video takes place, which is usually after the... You knocked over my water. It'll take place after the closing credits. I usually try and throw in a funny clip at the end of the videos. Anyways, this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking over some clips that I did to finish up this farm truck and taking you guys through how the project finished. Now, this truck is not loaded out with all the tools and everything else that I'm going to do with the truck. The tool skid is done and the truck's ready to go to work. And maybe later on, if you guys are interested, I can do a truck tour and show you kind of things that I'll have on this truck. But we'll start from the ground up. And starting on the ground is Marshall, my goat and sheep and everything else farming friend. He came up the other day to show me how to use a tire machine and get some tires changed.
When you're doing it, you gotta make sure.
I don't know. It's gonna be 70. Been spot on. That's 70. So he basically saw in one of the videos that I have a tire machine back there. This was Wayne's old tire machine. I've never used a tire machine, and so he offered to come up and help and showed me how to use it, and now I have a different skill, or another skill, I guess you could say. Probably not a great skill that I have, or not great at it, but anyways. So these are what we ended up going with. These are a Thunder 245/75 R17 grippy tire. They're a 10-ply load range E tire. I only did the back tires, the back duals, because the front tires, which is gonna bug me a little bit since it has a different tread pattern, are these hand-cooked all-terrains that I've had really good luck with, and they're in great shape, so we're gonna let them run. So then the next thing that I did is I rhino lined the front side and the top and the bottom of these new toolbox, or this is a new toolbox. The other one on the other side is the old one. I just painted it again. And then you guys suggested that I put a mud flap here on the back side. So I put a mud flap on the back and bolted it in a way that it can't get into the tire. And in here is where I will most likely, I don't know what I'm gonna store in there, but that will be in a future video. Luckily, when we were putting these things on, my main man Wayne came out and helped me out, ran the jack and got those put up on there because they didn't come with a template on how to mount them up there. So then the next thing that I ended up doing is I fabricated some brackets and I put little LED lights, one facing this way, and then an identical one here on the side. The thought process behind that is that when you're driving through the fields and everything, your front headlights light up the front half of your truck, or the front of your truck, really pretty darn well, but you're really pretty much blind to all of the side of your truck here. So that's gonna shine the light forward, and then it is wired in with the top lights, which are absolutely fantastic for if I wanna work on something back here and it's dark. Or what I've really found, what was really nice, is like pulling header trailers and things down the road at night. On gravel roads, you can't see anything behind you. There's no lights whatsoever. And those do a great job of actually lighting up your load. So the lights got upgraded as well. Moving our way up, we obviously saw the video where Molly and I applied this bed liner. So then the next task I had to tackle was getting this generator running. This generator probably hasn't ran in 3 or 4 years. So the first thing I ended up doing was I drained all the gas out of this thing, went to town, got some new premium gas, put premium gas into it. I had to actually get and find a new gas cap for this thing because the old one had rotted and needed a new one of those. I pulled all the lines, made sure none of the filters were plugged, I guess you could say. Pulled the spark plug, polished the spark plug up, got the air filter blown out, and got it finally fired off. It took a little bit of snort juice. But she's an older generator, was running really pretty darn good. It's got a Briggs & Stratton 8 horsepower motor on it. The pull start is easily accessible here, which is awesome. It has 2 power outlets, and then I don't actually know what those are a 240. It's a 4000. It's in good shape. Then we'll keep working across the tool skid. Can we come up here? Can we come up? Can I come up there? Can I join you? I'm gonna be lazy. I ain't no spry chicken. You ain't no spry blue heeler, Toad. Next thing I ended up purchasing, it came off of Amazon. It was a cheapy, I think it's a 2.5 or 3 gallon air compressor. It's a Craftsman. It's oilless. I tried to find an oil bath air compressor for decent money that was in a profile that would fit in this area. Could not find it whatsoever. So this is what we ended up going with. It does have the pressure regulator. It can go up to 150 PSI. Has 2 nozzles. And then attached to it, I have a hose reel here on the back with 50 feet that I can pull out nice and easily and service what I have to service. Obviously, it's going to have to pull power from the generator. So now on the tool skid, we have electricity and we have air. The next thing I worked on was getting the fuel pump plumbed in here. And that really was pretty darn simple. The only thing I added to the kit was one of these swivels. I highly suggest having one of these swivels. Otherwise, your hose is always trying to fight itself and pinch. I think they're like 40 or 50 bucks, but they're well worth it. Special about this is how I wired the tool skid in a way that works. I took a battery disconnect switch and I wired it neatly under the truck. That way I can have power back here without having to string a cable up to the front, which you guys will have seen that I've done on the other truck. So that I always have power back here and I can just turn the 12 volts on by turning this thing to the on position like so and turning it off. To make the connection, I ended up with, I use these actually like on jumper cables, is these kind of like prong style connectors that you can slide together. This way I never have to unwire anything. I just have to undo this connection and I'll zip tie this up and make it nice and tight in there. And then the power is easily removable if I need to. And then maybe in the future I can do other things along the lines of making like an LED like kind of stand or something that I can put 12 volts on. That way if we're working on something in the field that I can just, I don't know, make a light source and use this 12 volts. Obviously we have the place to hang chains and binders. You guys saw this when I brought this tool skid home in this video up here. I got a chain and a binder back in on there now. And then in the first video, you guys saw me go purchase all the tools for this Montezuma toolbox. So then in the Montezuma toolbox, this is my one error here. One error that I've done so far on this that I've found is that I didn't scoot this forward quite far enough and it ever so slightly rubs on the headache rack. So the next time I have this off, I've got to work on that. But anyways, we'll have tools accessible here, and that pretty much wraps up the tool skid job. Now honestly, this thing came out pretty much exactly how I had it pictured in my mind. It ended up being a little bit taller than I thought it would be, but it'd be interesting to hear if, for my viewers that have watched this project all the way through, is if this is what they had in mind when I was trying to describe what I was about to build. Now that really wraps up the tool skid tour. Like I said, the video of me pulling my buddy out of the mud will be after the closing credits here, but if you guys would, please share that photo of the vehicle that is missing from us right now. That could greatly help us out get it recovered. The best thing you guys can do to support the channel is give this video a thumbs up. And like always, we'll see you in the next one.
Yes, get in here, get me out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, bye. Yes, sir.
You're not looking so fly in your G6, Marshall.
I'm getting soaked.
Yeah. You're not making it to the vet clinic by 5 o'clock, bud. Or you want me to drag you?
Go to the road.
To the... Hold on, we need to find somewhere that this is educational.
Just get out of here.
Go! Look at you! We're trying again. If I spin, I'm gonna stop.
Alright.
Unless I see you moving.
Keep going. YouTube, that's what you have a proud brother moment for.
What did we learn today, Marshall? Don't go driving around in the wet field.
Alright, Ben, well, thank you.
With your G6.